Hello and welcome to the IGN UK Podcast. My name is Gav Murphy and today on my left is...
Alex Simmons.
That's
Sorry,
right.
I was waiting for you to introduce me.
No, I never do that. I always ask the other people to introduce because then...
I'm ready.
If this is the first time you've ever heard the podcast, you know instantly that is the sound of Alex Simmons.
This is the sound of Alex Simmons, yes.
Similarly, what is the sound
Rory
of...
Powers!
There you go.
That's mine. Yeah, I was the opposite. I'm fast. I'm to the beat of sharp.
Always. Well, you knew it was coming.
Yeah, I also had a coffee before lunch, so
Did you?
full on attack mode today,
I sit next to you
guys.
now and I've seen you have about 4 coffees today.
It's the new coffee machine. It's so good. It's amazing.
Also free.
Also free, which is a
Yeah.
plus, and it's not those little horrible pods anymore. It actually brews the coffee.
Hey, do not diss Nespresso.
Oh,
pods.
I'm dissing it. It's
It wasn't
awful.
Nespresso last time, was it? What was it? I
It
don't
was
know.
Nespresso. Those
I
horrible,
don't drink
horrible little
coffee.
sour pods.
Charlotte got an espresso machine for Christmas, and it is exceptional coffee.
Did you buy it?
No. No, I did buy it, but then I bought
You
it
have to
on
say that
behalf
then.
of mum and dad.
Oh, okay, right.
Is it the same pods that we had in the old office?
Nah, they're little, aren't
It's
they?
the Scoop Pod.
Pod. The same
Pod?
pod?
The same pods?
No, because they were discs, weren't they?
Yeah, they were
Yeah,
horrible.
I didn't like the look of those.
Nah.
Nothing in disc form is ever tasty, is it?
Not
Pizza.
true.
Oh, no,
those
pizza.
candies, those little foam discs.
Pizza, what was I
with
thinking?
oh, right.
Like
We went to-
UFOs.
Yeah, the little, with the sherbet in the middle.
Disgusting.
Nah, I like them.
They're good.
They've got no flavour.
The sherbet has flavor. The disc doesn't.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I
grim.
don't know.
They would be so low on my list of sweets.
But
But we'll get to
Next
that
week,
later.
list of sweets.
speaking of sweets and things you can watch while eating sweets,
Right?
Netflix.
Seamless.
I was trying to jump in with a point that we could have talked on, but it just weren't happening. So over the weekend, it seems like Netflix spunked a load of new trailers up for their really cool shows that are coming out,
Yeah.
and shows that are coming back as well. Loads of cool stuff coming up in 2016. We actually, when we were looking at TV shows to look forward to in 2016, which I believe you went on that podcast, but we did talk about like some of the Netflix stuff coming up, and two of the things that I did mention are on my list, but there's also loads of other stuff as well. So I think really just recently Jessica Jones come back for a second season, which we kind of knew,
Yes,
but they've
that's
dated
awesome.
it now. It's coming back at the end of the year. But also, as well as Daredevil season 2, there's definitely going to be a Punisher spin-off, and we haven't even seen the Punisher in Daredevil yet. So they're that
That
confident that we're going to love that sort of thing of the Punisher.
The thing about Netflix is that, I don't know, they've definitely, it feels like they've got a bit of a golden touch at the minute.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
And especially with the kind of stuff that I like. I can't think of a Netflix show that I've watched recently that hasn't quite delivered.
Master of
And that's-
None.
I've not seen it.
Yeah, I
That
wasn't
was
a fan.
awful.
But you know, a lot of people do love that.
I
People
have so many
probably love
friends who were
that.
like, I said, I watched 2 episodes and I
Yeah.
just thought it was bad. And they were like, you got to watch 3. And I'm like, no, I don't, because I don't like it. And I've watched 2. And I feel like, unless it just changes its tone completely, there's no point.
Yeah, me and Krupa, like, it wasn't actually in the Rebel Base we recorded, but me and Krupa it wasn't an argument, but it was like a debate about, like, I said I'd watched quite a lot of, like, first or second episodes of stuff, and if I don't like it about a second episode, then I stop watching. And Krupa was like, what if it gets better, like episode 8? I was like, mate, 8 hours for something to get good, like.
I would say episode 8. That's quite a long way into it. If it's like a 10
It's the
season
finale
show or
episode.
something.
Yeah.
Wait, so you got to watch the finale.
Like,
I do think two episodes, that's
That's a
not
fair
lot.
try.
Do you think?
no, that's a fair try.
It's 2 hours, man. I think of a TV show.
That's
if a
a lot.
TV show can't convince me in its first 2 episodes that it's going to be good, I'm out. I think I'm well within my reason to.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. Unless there is a point that the third one is some huge, crazy twist and everyone's raving about the third episode.
Yeah, I don't mind.
But unless then.
The third episode, yeah. Right. But yeah, so there's some really good stuff coming back, but also lots of awesome stuff starting. So we picked some of our favorite stuff coming in 2016.
Yeah.
I'll kick off then with Love, because that's coming out February 19th. And that's a Judd Apatow comedy series with Gillian Jacobs, who was in Community, and a new guy who I only know from Comedy Bang Bang, the podcast, but he looks funny. You look at him, he looks like a nerd. He's quite funny to look at.
He looks funny.
He's funny to look at.
He
I'm
looks
not sure that's a
funny.
message
I
we
like
want to be
it.
promoting on this
No,
podcast.
but I mean,
He's
if
got 3 eyes.
He's all right.
I can. If you look at someone like that, you will be like, yeah, that guy looks funny.
Oh, wait,
I'd
does he
laugh
wear
at him.
glasses?
Yeah, he wears glasses.
Nerd. That's
Wow.
wrong crowd. wrong crowd.
But there's a bunch of new clips and trailers, and there's a couple of bits in the clips and the trailer that really made me laugh out loud.
Yeah.
So it's kind of about like it sounds like something we've seen before, whereas it's about like young people and dating and that kind of culture. And they're like stoners, which Judd Apatow does really well. but it does look really, really fun. And I think like some of his girls episodes were really, really good. So if they can kind of keep that sort of level of realism, it could be quite good. It seems like it's a little bit more silly than girls and other stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think like 40-Year-Old Virgin is where he was like at his best.
Yeah.
That was an amazing
like,
movie.
When he had like, 40-Year-Old Virgin, like Knocked Up, when he was doing people who are really down to earth and kind of, you could kind of really
So
relate
relatable,
to.
yeah. Like literally just living everyday lives and caught up. Even like the conversations, the back and forth is just
like
it
Freaks
seems
and
so
Geeks
natural.
and stuff as well. Do you know what I mean? Like that was when he was at his best. And then, moving on when you've got stuff like This Is 40 and
I didn't think that was very good.
it's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, and it's and Trainwreck as well. Like, funny bits, but they're people who I just think I do not relate to your life at all. And like, especially if you, as someone, right, This Is 40 should have been right up your street, really, because it's like it's about people.
He's 35. What do you mean?
But like talking about like having kids and things like that. That was the kind of humor for
it's
it.
at my point in life.
Exactly, yeah.
But as you say, it's completely unrelated. I also found like they were a funny couple in Knocked Up.
Yeah.
But having a whole film based around them bickering and arguing is like, oh my God, I've just had enough.
Yeah.
It's like, just get me out.
I'm trying to get away from that. Don't put me back
This is my
in.
escapism. I want to see more of that.
Yeah, but it looks really, really good. I'm really excited by it. Julian Jacobs can sometimes be annoying, but then when she's really funny on Community, like she is the best thing on that. So I think I'm looking forward to that. What's
Nice.
yours, Rory?
Mine, I'll go for my comedic one first, staying true, which is a new show called Flaked, which is starring Will Arnett playing a self-help guru.
This looks awful.
What?
Is this the one that's based in like Venice Beach or something like that?
Yeah.
Because I read that and I thought, Rory Powers.
Yeah.
Just like this bum that lives in Venice Beach.
Well,
It's like,
right. I'm giving up that vibe. That's not what I was going for. But it's done with one of the creative developers with Arrested Development.
Yeah.
And, Will Arnett is one of the funniest characters in that show. So I'm hoping maybe they take some of Job's tendencies and characteristics and
That's not gonna happen.
speaking mannerisms and bring it over to this show. Fingers crossed. Like I don't. Anytime I've seen Will Arnett in something, even if it's something I don't like, I always still like Will Arnett. He just seems.
I've watched more pilots of. I think this is easy to say. I've watched more pilots of shows that have got cancelled than any other like comedy actor.
Are you saying he's Will Arnett's cursed?
No, I'm not saying he's cursed. I'm just saying he's a really, really funny
more
guy.
missed than hit.
But then like BoJack Horseman, he's amazing in that.
Yeah.
But then I'm not sure how much he's actually involved with that. I think he just voices it. I'm not sure.
In BoJack Horseman, yeah, I think so.
But I kind of think like, did you like season 4 of Arrested Development? I thought it was trash.
I was a bit easier on it than I think a lot of other people were. A lot of people tore it apart, and I think there were good parts, but obviously problems. But I did enjoy it.
Yeah.
Overall.
I think like, I don't know. I'm looking for. I hope it's really good.
Yeah.
But I feel like control and like rules and boundaries is what made Arrested Development and that guy Mitch Hurwitz.
You don't think
is
he'll
it.
necessarily have it if he's.
And I don't think
assisting in
I think that's what
development.
Arrested Development season 4 was missing. Like when they like given free reign. They can just do anything you want, and I don't know.
Yeah.
You work really well within the confines of your thing, and I think they're a good example of that. But anyway, could be.
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm hopeful.
But basically, the one that you picked is the wrong one to have picked, but well done.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
But it could
I'll
be
just
good.
scrap the second one too as well. Then, yeah.
Will Arnett is brilliant in everything that he's in, even in the shit stuff. He's still really good in it.
Yeah, I find him pretty funny. Although I didn't see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, so I can't speak for that.
I didn't. I really want to see it. Apparently, it's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he okay in it?
Put it this way, he didn't stand out. So,
Okay.
but at the same time, nothing about that movie stood out.
Yeah.
But either in a good or bad way, it was just a absolutely watchable film.
Yeah.
But
Enough to get a
you'll-
sequel, I
that
guess.
You'll
That's
never remember.
good.
So.
Yeah.
Cool.
What have you got?
So I was late to the party when it comes to Netflix. So I only
Okay.
got Netflix at the end of last year. So I've not seen like many of these shows whatsoever. So I've never seen House of Cards or Orange is the New Black or Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. So I'm not really interested in any of those. Daredevil is obviously a given because that was one of my highlights of last year.
Yeah.
But it's more about the kind of other stuff that they haven't announced because I think this stuff brings it up to August. I was
Okay.
looking at the schedule. So
Yeah.
obviously still got 4 months to go after that. Black Mirror has recently kind of been taken under the Netflix wing.
Yeah.
And again, I've only just started watching that kind of stuff.
Ah, cool.
So I've watched the first season and the Christmas special. So
Yeah.
I haven't watched season 2 yet.
Okay, yeah.
But it's just brilliant television.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And I love the fact that Channel 4 kind of commissioned that in the first place.
Yeah.
Like very few places would have had the balls to do that very first episode
Yeah.
of Black Mirror. And
What's the very first episode?
the episode with the Prime Minister.
Oh yeah.
You know,
No,
That's
good.
what put me off that show.
Why?
I got the premise described for the first episode, and I was like, that just seems too
Naughty.
much for me. That's not
But I think it actually does it in a really clever way, because when I first heard about it, I was just like, that's just so gratuitous.
Yeah.
But like when you watch it, it's really well done.
Yeah.
But you don't see it, obviously.
I'd like to hope not. Jesus.
But just like I you know,
I know what you mean, like, but it is a good point. Like when you have it described to you, you think, oh, that's really pure, and you're just like, oh god, I can't be arsed with that. But actually, when you watch it, you realize like, oh no, they do it in a really smart way.
Yeah.
They fuck a pig in a really smart way.
There's straight after it when it cuts the Prime Minister and he's in the toilet, you just think, oh my god, that must
I feel sorry for him so
But why
much.
do you want to? Why do you want to put yourself through that? Like watching it.
But you don't. It's not. You don't see it. It's not like I'm
Like
not
fair
watching
play
animal porn.
to that actor as well. I think it's Rory Kinnear that does it, and like. When I remember watching that, I think that was one of the first things I saw Rory Kinnear in. I remember thinking, you're always going to be the person who shagged a pig. But actually, I've seen him in loads of stuff, and it always takes me a while to go, oh yeah, this guy shagged a pig.
It's the pig shagger.
He's good. He's good in other stuff as well. He's not just a pig shagger.
But anyway, it's interesting because it talks about how the public perceives the Prime Minister before, and anyway, you should totally watch it and not get sidelined by that.
Yeah.
And also the other thing is they're completely different stories every single time.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I love about it. You don't quite know what you're gonna.
No,
you're
and
gonna
like
get.
some of them are like hit and miss as well. Like they like, but when it hits, it really hits. But then there's a couple of misses that, like, I think there's one episode which is like, I can't even think about watching that again.
Which one is that? Season 2?
Possibly. It's one with the cartoon guy.
No.
Oh no, you haven't seen that. Okay,
seen that
cool.
one.
Yeah, it's
So-
awful, terrible. Okay. But yeah, good.
But then the other thing that I really wanted them to do, well, Better Call Saul season 2, like that.
Of course.
And well up for more of that.
Of course.
But also what they did with Narcos, like, you know, kind of dramatizations of real life stories. You know, I thought, like, you know how HBO used to have that kind of mantle of like, you know, doing epic stuff that's incredible. And, you know, they still do. But I don't know. I just don't watch as much HBO stuff as I used to. I'm much more kind of in the vein of Netflix.
It's because they make it easy for us, man. They make it so easy to just go, oh, it's going to be on Netflix at the same time as everybody else. Like for people in, like, maybe in the US it's quite hard as well because you have to have HBO, you have to have this and that. But like if something is just like, oh, it's all on Netflix right now and at the same time as the rest of the world, that's amazing. They're creating that.
Well, the thing is, I'm trying to watch The Jinx after the podcast a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
I cannot find it anywhere.
Well, this is a problem,
that's
I think,
annoying.
with like, I mean, it obviously makes sense because like networks want to have a big show that's exclusive to them, so you're forced to buy the service to watch the show.
Yeah.
But then it just means it's the same as you. I feel like I'm missing out on a lot of stuff. I literally just got Amazon Prime recently. One of the big reasons for that was so I could watch Mr. Robot. Like I've been dying to watch the show, but you can't find it anywhere. You know, you can only watch it on Amazon Prime, and it's the same with like HBO. You need like HBO Go to watch like a whole bunch of shows.
I believe Jinx was on Sky Atlantic.
Yeah, it was. That's why I watched it.
But it's not on any of the kind of like catch-ups.
Demand
like
apps,
No, it's not. It would, like the entire thing. The first time, because I saw loads of American people talking about it.
Yeah.
Like I think I saw like Mitch talking about it in the States, going, "You should watch this." And that night, I checked Sky Atlantic, and it was all on the box set. But they've taken it off since. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And I tried because I was watching. I tried getting my girlfriend wanted to watch it, so I thought, oh, we've just had Amazon Prime, maybe it's on that. And it's that really weird thing where it's on Amazon, but you have to
buy
pay
it?
like £1.29 an episode or something like that. It's like
It's so weird. Yeah, Amazon Prime's really strange.
Yeah.
As soon as I got it, I was like, look at all these shows. And I like clicked on one. It's like, yeah, you can buy this for... I'm like, why are you on the app then if I have to pay for you?
Yeah.
It's super strange.
I have to pay for you.
Yeah, I've already paid. I'm paying for the service.
Talking to the shows like they're real. But yeah, no, Black Mirror is definitely up there for me. The other one that I'm really excited about is Get Down, which is a musical from Baz Luhrmann and Sean Ryan, who did The Shield, and it's about like the birth of hip hop in the 70s. It looks awesome. Like I watched, there's like a 3-minute trailer on, which is like called like a sizzle reel, and I watched that just now. It's like the songs are really, really good. It looks awesome. I really like the main characters and the way they talk. I don't know, it just looks like it could be a lot of fun. It's a musical, so with musical shows, either it's really, really good, or if you don't like the song, you don't like the way they're doing it, I feel like I'm just lost then. Yeah. Completely. The same with like Great Gatsby. When I was watching that, like in doing the big musical numbers, if you're not into it, it can be like a bit like, oh,
who's not into that though? That was great.
I don't know, I kind of like, it lost me in quite a few parts, Gatsby did.
I loved Gatsby. I thought it was awesome.
Well, you like this then, because it's the same guy.
But there's so much variety though.
Yeah.
Like, you have got the kind of comedy stuff, you've got the serious stuff. You got the superhero stuff. You know, stuff that appeals to not just me.
Yeah.
And there is stuff that my missus will watch, which is part of the appeal.
Now all we need is like a musical about having sex with pigs, and then it's all brought together.
What's your last one?
My last one is Stranger Things. Now, this is going to be a new show on Netflix. It seems right up my alley. So a boy disappears out of thin air. Everyone's starting to try and track him down, police, local citizens. And allegedly they stumble across some sort of huge government conspiracy. And it's got a sci-fi twist. Yeah. So it's something to do with the government and the reason why he's been kidnapped. Set in the 1980s. Just seems really cool. I love those kind of movies where, it's like normal day life, something goes wrong, and then you get this huge twist of this huge larger picture, and you have everyday characters thrown into this darker side.
This is the Winona Ryder one, right?
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm up for that.
I think I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
There's
Again,
no
it's just the variety.
Yet,
huh?
There's no trailer or anything for it, yeah.
Because I was reading the synopsis and getting really excited, and I was like, let's watch a trailer, let's do this. And nope, nothing out there yet. So
I'm up for it.
I'm up for it.
Looks really good. Have we got anything else? No.
That's it for me. Yeah.
Amazing. So those are the best shows coming to Netflix in 2016.
The best £6 a month you can spend.
Do you know what though? You have to make sure that if you're on the $5.99 thing, because it's gone up now, I think.
Oh, the missus pays for it.
Yeah, it's gone up now. So if you cancel and then go back, you'll have to sign back up at the new price. Whereas if you keep your thing right now, you can keep it at $5.99 forever.
There you go.
What's the new price?
Like $9.99. I'm pretty sure it's
what?
Oh, that's a hike.
It might not be $9.99, but it's somewhere. It's not $5.99. Right?
Oh, I hope the person I'm stealing Netflix off doesn't let their subscription run out.
Is it me?
It is a friend, but I don't. It's been so long, I don't remember whose it is anymore. It just automatically logs in. It's like, hey, Rory.
It says their name though. Oh, they've added you as a person.
Yeah, I'm a person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Thanks.
All right.
Stranger.
So we are still playing a lot of Rainbow Six Siege.
Oh yeah, every day.
But
finding our feet.
Yeah, I feel like
still.
I don't know. I feel like there was maybe not Friday's one, but the Friday before when we sat down and played. I was in my house, and I've said this.
Yeah.
But I was in my house in my pants, literally just wearing my pants, and that is the best I've ever played that game. I think.
I didn't need. We'll do it in the office then.
Well, no, because I can't.
We're in a corner. It's just.
I like
tuck down, strip
right
off.
next to you.
I really, really like the game. I think it's awesome. But
yeah.
I think it's so restricting in really annoying ways that I cannot fathom why it is as restricting in those ways.
Yeah, because I've thought about this, and I wondered if it's because, I don't know, they're trying to make it more of a level playing field for esports or whatever it might be. But I completely agree. There are some basic design decisions that I think could fundamentally change how you play the game.
Yeah.
And a lot of that is just not really kind of changing the game at all.
No.
But unlocking more stuff. Some of the stuff we always talk about is why can't you take defenders on attacking missions and vice versa? Especially when you're playing terrorist hunt.
Yeah.
Because when you've disarming the bombs or you've got the hostage is a defense game, sorry.
Yeah.
But the bombs, as soon as you kind of start disarming one of those, you just get absolutely swamped.
Yeah.
So you'd want like Capcan with his kind of booby traps.
Booby traps, yeah. That's my favourite guy.
Yeah. And the fact you can't do that is just like incenses me.
It's really strange. Like a lot of the restrictions, you can see why they would make sense. They're obviously done to put more emphasis on the choice that every class is different.
Yeah.
You know, you can learn to be a specialist in that class and make more of an emphasis of why teams need to work together because everyone has their own specific job.
Sure.
But there's just limitations that don't really make a lot of sense where it's, so maybe one operator can use one machine gun and one shotgun. Now, there must be, upwards of 10 different automatic rifles that you can use with just, point degrees varying, like ever so slightly, but you can't customize weapon. They're all locked into two guns, essentially.
Yeah, that's weird.
And then, so you want to try that gun, you have to unlock that operator, you lose out on this. Like, the actual shaping of the game, it seems like it was kind of intended with focus on esports, kind of like a first FPS MOBA title where everyone has their own characters and classes, like heroes that you would pick and then go through forward into the mission. But then there's also aspects of it where it kind of clashes with being an FPS where that doesn't really work.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just get frustrated. It's when you play all these other games like Call of Duty and Battlefront where all these customizable options are available, and then you enter this game where it's just not an option.
Yeah.
It's so strange. I mean, even like people dying and you can't pick up any of their weapons.
Because
I don't mind that so much. But I just feel like even with the classes, you're not actually playing as a class. You're just playing as like everyone is playing as a soldier, but you will have a cool item.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just like Krupa like goes the medic guy who can like shoot you with a dart, which is really cool. But like he's only doing that for 20% of the time. Like he's not playing as a medic. He's not going around going, "Hey guys, don't worry, I've got your back." Like he's basically shooting, and then when we shout at him, he shoots us with a dart. That's not being a medic. That's just having a cool little thing. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. But like, I don't know if that's partly the way that we play. Because having played a few games online, like I tend to play as an attacker, and some missions play as Fuse, who's the guy with the thing that sticks on the wall and it pumps grenades in.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
But when we were playing it multiplayer, like some guy did it on the floor and pumped him down, like, which was brilliant. Well, it took me out, which was very smart. And so I think we still play in quite a two-dimensional way.
Actually, I kind of see what you mean, because if you're doing that in the sense of, okay, if when you're against other people, you probably would, because all there is 5.
Yeah.
So if they're like, right, Al, your job as like that grenade dude is to take out one person.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's like marking people almost like 5 aside. Yeah. So you're almost just like, you probably would play a little bit more like that.
The other thing that I noticed playing against people who had obviously spent much more time in the multiplayer arena than us was the way they use drones. Is that it's not just the initial scoping out. They get their drones into weird places in the room that you are defending.
Right.
So they can constantly switch back and say, right, you got a guy standing there, take him out. Because there was a bit where I could hear a drone, but I couldn't see it, and they basically jumped it up on top of this glass cabinet, and it was like it was an ornament, but it was just sat there. And then I saw its little red light, and I was like, oh my God, you literally can see everything that we're doing, and we're all facing the other way.
That's so smart.
And then they kept on doing it. I was like, I've got your number.
I feel like such an asshole when we were playing today at lunch, and everyone's like setting up and reinforcing the walls, and there's one little droid or drone that like comes in, and he's just looping around the floor, and I had my flash shield, so all I had was my handgun. And while everyone was setting up for the whole like 30 seconds, I was trying to kill this one little race car, just run around like in circles. And he was just like going under tables. He was making me look like an absolute idiot.
We were like, what the hell is going on? And it's him just
just firing like everywhere. It's insane. Oh,
but like, so some of the changes I would want to make to this game is, I don't understand. So I understand why certain weapons are locked in. Like if you've got a shield, you can't carry an assault rifle.
Of course,
it makes sense to carry a pistol.
Yeah.
But I don't understand why, as you say, I can have a choice of different assault rifles. Rather than the 2 that you've predetermined for me or whatever. I also want more customization options, because I've got a shitload of renown that I've worked up. I've bought all the operators that I need, and apart from some basic stuff, so you can like different sights, grips, muzzle suppressors or whatever. That's it, and they only have a minimal impact on the gun. I just want something a bit more, and you know, like a lot of it is skins, and you can spend like 10,000 renown on like a hideous, I don't know, techno skin for your MP5, but I'm not into that shit.
Such a waste,
But like, you know,
it does seem like a waste for 10,000.
Yeah. But
when you get to the point where you've got nothing else to spend it on, you've literally unlocked everyone.
And like, why can't I have more armor at the sacrifice of speed? I know that you get people who are nimble on their feet and don't have a lot of armor, but maybe I do want to pick Ash and have the kind of breaching round. But you know what? I want more armor on her. And I'll sacrifice speed as a result of that. Just more control over what I want to do. And maybe there's a reason for it, and you know, if you're a game developer, then tell me why.
If you can make Rainbow Six, please let us know.
But I am excited because there's a new the new stuff that's coming out. It was coming out in January. It's now coming out in Feb. It's called Operation Black Ice, and it's a luxury yacht that's got stranded in a glacier.
What?
So it looks like
that'd be cool.
You kind of go in on the yacht with ice and stuff. And then 4 new operators, 2 American, 2 Canadian. But we don't really know much else about that. No. Have they got a big kind of like Spec Ops army side? Really? What are they called? The Welsh Spec Ops?
The Dragons?
Are they really?
But like, no, a map in Wales. Like, imagine in Cardiff Castle or Caerphilly Castle. That'd be amazing.
What would they be doing in a castle?
Like a base of operations. I don't know. Maybe terrorists.
This doesn't really fit with Rainbow Six, does it?
Well,
terrorists have taken over Caerphilly Castle. Really?
A lot of the time they're taking over.
Let them have it.
That's a training ground.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, you've got like a US embassy and places like Caerphilly Castle. It's not even like, or maybe it is a massive tourist hotspot. I don't know.
It's pretty big. In terms of Welsh tourism. It would shut us down.
Like a shopping mall. That'd be cool.
Yeah. The St. David's Centre in Cardiff.
Maybe.
That's
the shopping
big.
centre I was thinking of.
That would actually be nice as well, like a little bit more variety on the maps. Because a lot of the time, I know they are different, but it's just houses and buildings.
Yeah.
Imagine if it was somewhere like a shopping mall or like, an old amusement park or something, just unorthodox or something where, the map plays
something
a bit more
open.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then again,
I guess the airplane's pretty cool.
But it wouldn't play well to multiplayer, and let's face it, see, we're thinking very much with the terrorist hunt.
Yeah.
I guess, but that's another problem with the online and terrorist hunt is that they're so different that like today we were playing at lunch and Krups was loaded out with Glaz.
Yeah.
Utterly useless.
Yeah.
There's no sniping at all. As soon no one leaves the building. It's pretty much defenders inside, attackers come.
Well, not even nobody leaves the room for most.
Yes,
of it,
it's like
defense.
Sometimes with
already
Glaz, though,
like some of these operators are redundant.
But I think with Glaz, like his good thing is like because the other day when we were on the plane, like you wouldn't think you'd ever need Glaz for that, but where I was defusing the bomb, so it was in this tiny room. I could stand behind, but there was a shield at the back of the room. You know that one in the plane. Yeah. So I was defusing the bomb there. You guys were in the corner watching for people coming in there, and I just had this tiny sliver where they could see me and I could see them. And with Glaz, that was awesome. Even though it was a tiny room, I killed every single person that even came around that corner because it was just like I had the sniper on, so it was just like every single person even moved, it was like they were dead straight away. Yeah. And like that was pretty cool. And like I think that's a good way of using him, even though it was in a small place.
I guess because I've done that with anyone with an assault rifle. Presumably the distance wasn't too.
The distance is all right, but you just wouldn't have like the aim because it was just I had like a tiny bit where I could actually see, and because I think with Glaz's gun as well, it does like steady it a lot.
Yeah.
I felt
the sniper.
Like, I don't know. I thought that was a really good way of using it.
Although, like, because you can customize your guns to have magnified scopes.
Oh, really?
And obviously you can switch to single shot because that's the big thing. If you look at assault rifles, they've all got different recoil patterns.
Yeah.
And like the ones that go off to the side are really hard to keep on target.
Bonkers.
The ones that kind of go straight up are all right because you aim for the stomach and then you end up hitting them in the head, which is all right. But,
like my Gatling gun, that thing is crazy. It's basically just if I see someone pop around the corner, it's like just like punching holes everywhere. It's insane.
Classic powers there.
It's the operator for me.
Have you ever been like underneath, like lying on the floor when his Gatling gun would go off? Because it's really terrifying. Like I got like proper like post-traumatic stress. just lying on the floor and just over my head. Just like I'm just gonna trust that you're hitting them because I'm not even going anywhere near. It's like, can I come up yet?
I had a great time. I think it was like 2 days ago. We were doing terrorist hunt on the airplane and managed to do it. Like I died, but Krups healed me with his little medical shot. So then we killed all the terrorists and I was like celebrating, like blasting my shotgun in the air. And I spun around and my barrel just lined up with Dan's head and just went and killed him, and he died for like the last second of the mission. So I felt quite bad about that.
But it was just ridiculous. Just running around. Firing off his shotgun.
So I was celebrating. We beat the bad guys.
Yeah, that's how you celebrate.
Fire some off.
Blowing your teammates' face off. So the voting is open for the 2016 Classic FM Hall of Fame, and it's voted for by people. So the cool thing about this is it started a few years back where some people in the UK realized that actually we could get video game music into this, and it's become a really big thing now. Like I listened to a couple of the ones that made it in last year, and they do this huge like sort of presentation of going through like the top 100 like in the Hall of Fame Classic FM thing, and they really like go. They really surprised the presenters anyway by going, oh look, we've got more video game music. So if you go to halloffame.classicfm.com/2016/vote, you can vote for any piece of music as long as it's like orchestral, like classic music, to be put in the 2016 Classic FM Hall of Fame.
That's really cool.
So what are we putting in there? I know which one I'm putting in first.
Okay.
It's Grandma's theme from Wind Waker.
Which one's that?
Oh, it's amazing.
It's like it's
at the start of the. Here's some soup to take on your adventure. That's so the start of the game when.
Do you think that's like epic enough?
It's soul crushing.
I don't think it has to be epic, but I think it's just a really nice piece of classical music. I think
Totally
because
agree.
like I remember seeing at the 25th anniversary tour thing,
Yeah.
when they were doing it, Koji Kondo came out on stage and played the beginning bit on the piano, and it was amazing. And then like I think he just played it all the way through. I don't even think they brought in the orchestra in Wind Waker HD. Like there is a bit of orchestra that comes in.
But can you imagine it? And the latest addition to the Classic FM's Hall of Fame is Grandma's theme from Wind Waker. All the audience going, what?
But it's a beautiful piece of music.
No, it is. It is great.
Piece of
I went to the when they came back into the Zelda orchestra, and I was really hoping Koji Kondo was going to be there. I'm dying to meet him. Yeah. It's on the bucket list. So like that's insane that you got to actually hear him perform it.
I went and lived with him once.
You what?
I went in a lift with him.
I thought you said I lived with him once.
I lived with him once.
I was like, that'd be amazing.
It's like always banging on the walls. Go, shut up!
You come home and he plays Gav's theme.
But that's my first one I put in.
So I didn't know you were going to pick something from Wind Waker.
Didn't you?
But I also picked something from Wind Waker.
Awesome. Okay.
But mine is the ocean theme.
Oh, that's really nice.
When you're sailing the boat, like da-na-na-na-na. See, that's it.
You've gone for like epic stuff. Okay. Yeah.
It's so good. Yeah, that's
Yeah, that
great.
is really good.
It's like obviously the Hyrule theme is timeless.
Is that the other one you're putting in?
I've got another one.
Okay, right, okay.
So-
But I think that's really good. I think, Wind
Did we
Waker's got
all
some
pick
amazing
Zelda
music.
songs?
Yeah, but
you guys should have known I was gonna pick Zelda songs.
Yeah, but that's why we went first.
Okay.
Yeah. What Zelda songs did you pick?
Oh, I've got a list.
Go on, then.
Got a list.
One. You've got 2 picks, I told you,
I
specifically.
didn't know you told me 2 picks.
What do you want?
Well, I thought I had 1, which makes it even worse.
You had a list a minute ago. Now you've got none.
Come on.
He said pick 1, so now I'm trying to pick 1 from the list.
All right, pick 2.
Well, what the actual Zelda theme, the main theme. That's a pretty
The
good.
Hyrule theme.
I'm pretty sure that's already in there.
I'm pretty sure there's.
Okay, well then I'll pick a different one. Okay. I don't want to go Wind Waker, so I'll go Twilight Princess.
Okay.
Ordon Ranch.
What's that got?
That's an amazing theme. It's all like dun 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 dun
yeah, it's good,
dun dun dun. I remember playing Twilight Princess for the first time on my Nintendo GameCube, and it'd been a while since I'd played like an actual one of the big Zelda titles. And this is right at the start of the game. You're in Ordon Village and Ordon Ranch, and this is before like every game you have that bit before you're the hero of time. So you're just like an average like guy in the forest. And the first time you hear this theme, you're like helping out on the ranch, and you know those weird ox things you have to grab and throw them back. I think it's after you're done with that, and it's a little cinematic clip of Link just like sitting on a hill in the village, and the sun's going down, and like everyone's playing. I was like, this is a life. I know an adventure's about to kick off, but like I'm loving this right now.
Yeah.
It's awesome. That's definitely one.
All right. My second one is the main theme from The Last of Us by Gustavo Santaolalla. Was definitely not his name, but a piece of music from The Last of Us made it into last year's thing. But I think it's an amazing piece of music. But I think the main theme for The Last of Us, I really like it because it basically acts as like an overture to the entire game. Like if you listen to that piece, you know exactly the feeling and the atmosphere of the entire game. And I think you very rarely get like overtures in video games, and I think that's a really, really cool thing. Also, that guy did the music for Making a Murderer. He did all the main bits of music for that.
Really?
Yeah.
That was good music.
Because he did like movie like themes and stuff. He's not just known for The Last of Us one, but yeah, he did did the main bits of that. And if you listen to it, you can kind of like the little sort of tinkery guitar bits. You can kind of hear a little bit of Last of Us in there.
That's cool.
And it's very similar themes as well. Making a Murderer and The Last of Us.
Is it?
No.
Oh, I haven't played The Last of Us.
Haven't you?
No.
No, you should.
He's an Xbox.
All right. Rory, then, what's your other one?
My next one
we'll go
is
to Alex.
It is a theme from. I don't actually know the name of the theme, but I know what it goes like. I don't know the name of the theme. Everyone knows it though. It's the theme from Halo. I think it first appeared in like Halo 3.
.mp3.
It's in Halo 3 when you're doing the tank mission in the desert.
All right.
And it is like orchestral, but it has like rock guitars. You know the ones like dun 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 dun.
Right, okay.
Dun 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 dun. It's just like. It's one of those parts where you're doing this mission and then like shit hits the fan and everything starts kicking off and you're driving these tanks through the desert and this like huge orchestral song comes in. It's just the most epic thing in the world.
Awesome.
It's so great. And I think it comes back like it's a theme in a lot of the Halo games.
Yeah.
So every time it kicks in, you're like, let's do this. It's getting real.
Nice. Al, what's your last one?
So my last one riffs on what you were talking about encapsulating the feel of a game, and it's the theme from Metal Gear Solid 2, which I'm not actually sure. Well, it was used in the trailer, like the trailer for Metal Gear 2 before it came out. Obviously, it's probably the best games trailer I've seen. Like, if you've not seen it, go and find it on YouTube. But it was all cut around music from Harry Gregson Williams.
Okay.
And that was his first kind of foray into that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's just epic. It's like oh my
Don't
God.
Stop him.
Come on, Snake.
Go all 3 minutes.
And it's just, but there's like, I don't know, like it's not, it's largely orchestral, but then you've got some kind of digital music
modern
played underneath.
twist,
like the, and it is the same thing. It's like, ramping up tempo wise, and you can see Snake busting some balls to it, and that
sounds good.
Oh man, it's amazing.
I don't think I've seen that trailer.
Like,
I need to check it out.
There's not a lot of game music I have on my iPhone, but that's one of them. Like,
I'm the opposite. Like, half of my library is games music.
It's just
pretty
much. That's all you're listening
just meows. You think I just have hours of meows on my phone?
Well, that's Team Rocket, isn't it?
There is Team Rocket on there. Right. Yeah, I like my music.
I mean,
you listen to yourself
sometimes.
Yeah.
But these are all
only in the shower.
These are all different ones as well. But if you want to vote for them, it feels like we should pick a couple and then get everyone in the world behind a couple of. But then no, you want as many as possible, I guess, don't you? Maybe they do a shortlist. Maybe they'll do a shortlist.
We'll read the shortlist out and
we'll vote.
And then we'll tell people.
We'll game it. But if you want, so at the moment, then you can go to hallofame.classicfm.com/2016/vote and enter in some cool.
Are there
music.
any gaming ones in so far? Like in yet?
Some Final Fantasy stuff was shortlisted.
Okay.
Like last year, they had a good few in. Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
So there was a Halo 3 bit as well. So there's quite a lot. Rory, what else is good this week? Funky or Junky is what the name we're going for.
Well, no one gave me a running order list, so I have no idea.
Rory's
might be your first raid.
Is this mine?
Yeah.
Oh, Rory's first raid. So, guys, 2 days ago, I finally got the team together and did my first ever raid.
Yep.
So we've been playing a lot of Rainbow Six Siege in the office.
Yeah.
And I think that's the closest thing you're going to find to that level of communication and forward planning that you need on missions like this. It's easy for us to kind of play because we all have the same lunch hours. It's easy to get people together to play. It was such a pain in the ass trying to organize this because it's recommended you have about 6 people in your fire team.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot of people. Yeah. And you can't do matchmaking. So you can't have 3 people in search and get 3 more.
Right.
That I know of. So it's actually,
right?
you have to have people join your lobby. So I think
Bungie
people
are quite
do
good
it.
like that. I mean, they've got like a bunch of forums and
I think that's
like
it.
that.
So, it's a big task. So people usually go on forums and be like, hey, we're going to do Vault of Glass this evening. So recruiting people for the raid. So somehow magically, I managed to get enough people together.
You had enough friends.
Get the team. I have enough friends, some family as well.
Okay.
But a family that raids together stays together.
Is it mostly just the Powers family clan?
Oh yeah. The bro
like, who's
clan.
it? Like you, your brother, your sister?
Me, my brother, my sister.
It really was.
Yeah. Oh, right, I raid with my family. Yeah. And then some friends as well. Friends of mine, friends of theirs. So we actually managed to do it. It took a whole bunch of hours, but it's one of the most rewarding game experiences I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
I've played a lot of like MMORPG type games. I've never actually done a raid before. I know they're big in like World of Warcraft. I think that's where I like really kicked off and became popular, that idea. But it was so cool. Like just being a part of a team that's sitting down, you're working on something towards one goal for so long.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, you get that same satisfaction that you get in like Rainbow Six Siege because you're put in a scenario where everyone needs to have their own goals.
Okay.
So Vault of Glass, for example, without giving too much away, people need to stand on this and defend a point to activate a teleporter that other members have to run through and do things. And it's very much, if one person fails, you're pretty much screwed. Yeah. So the worst player is going to get bombarded by insults. Thanks, Hannah.
Did you get that a lot?
I didn't get it. My sister did. Useless.
Why? What was happening?
She's just crap.
Oh,
she's bad.
She's not a gamer.
She is. Yeah, that's the worst part.
Well, but like
it's a team chemistry.
That's the kind of thing that puts me off playing because of that.
Yeah. Put the little ones down.
What if you're the shittest one?
Then,
and to be fair, I probably would be.
You keep ducking out of our Rainbow Six clan.
It's because I work through lunch.
Come on. You're just looking at videos on YouTube, for Christ's sake.
Oh, that's work.
We should. I still firmly think we should definitely get Destiny running back in the office again on the PlayStations.
It feels like,
and we've got to get Division up soon. And
that's true.
Man.
Division, I'm really looking forward to. Like, I can't wait to play that.
So I'm much more up for a real world setting than I'm not a huge fan of Bungie's kind of lore and mythos.
Yeah, like Destiny's a weird one as well because it does very much feel like you're in a menu and then you go to a level, like you go to a map. But then when you get there, then you remember that, oh, it's kind of free roam on this map, and there's other people who they're not in my party, but they're still roaming around. Yeah. And it's a bit weird because it doesn't really feel like that. It feels like you should be playing much more like GTA, like with your friends in a session, rather than all these like.
Man, we still need to finish the heist in GTA.
Yeah.
We haven't done the last heist.
No,
you guys haven't done the last heist?
I know.
It's a great one. We'll do that. But no, it's actually similar to heist in GTA. You know, everyone has a job, everyone has a role, and it does take a lot of time. But as soon as you beat that final goal, beat that boss, you've been trying it so many times. It feels really rewarding. But it kind of sucked for us because I've played a lot of Destiny, and so I'm actually way, way, way above the level that I'm supposed to be to do these raids, which made it a lot easier. But it meant the rewards are kind of junk, like we didn't really care. So it was much more of just like a big sentimental win rather than an actual bonus. But it was great. Like I can see why. I know like Destiny's had its fair share of problems, but there's a lot to be said for
its groove now.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Like the mechanics are just so much fun. Yeah. And I think if you get the opportunity, like if you haven't done a raid before, it's definitely worth the hassle of setting one up.
Yeah.
I don't have that many friends.
We do in the office.
Have them in the office. Destiny 2, guys.
I really want to do that last heist. Like, I think that'd be really fun.
Well, that's it. It feels like a clan of 4, very manageable. 5 gets a bit trickier. 6.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Sounds good, though.
But, yeah, it was fantastic.
All right, last bit of funky news this week. So Special Effect, who are a charity in the UK, doing this thing called Game Blast 16. Game Blast, because what it's called, 2016. It's the UK's biggest charity game weekend. So basically what they're trying to get is loads of people coming together and doing like marathon gaming over the weekend of 26th to the 28th of February 2016. So like anyone can do it. You just sign up. There's a URL that I've got, which is specialeffect.org.uk/Game Blast. In 2015, they raised over £120,000 for awesome charities.
Wow.
Just from people sitting on their ass playing games, man.
It's
so like
amazing.
You can do like a gaming marathon of anything and you raise money for charity. That's pretty good. Like we were talking about doing something for it.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll be able to work out doing that.
Do some heists.
I've done a bunch of them in the past. I think like the wildest one I did was It was just like this was so dumb. This is when I was unstoppable. Like imagine, look at me now. Imagine what 18-year-old Rory was like. I think we were doing like a horror game survival marathon.
That's a cool idea.
So we did, I think it was a small team, so you can do breaks. You had to pretty much like play nonstop. I think I did 46 hours. Consistently with no sleep. And then we had to end it because I started I was getting weird.
46 hours.
46 hours.
Well, where were your other teammates helping you out?
He made him up in his head. After hour 17.
We were a small team, just me.
That was one of the things. I kept thinking I was seeing people in the corner of my vision.
Shut up.
And when I talked, it sounded like my voice was auto-tuned in my head. So I was like, I need to stop this.
Rory.
But we finished it. We raised £2,000.
Well done.
Oh, that's amazing.
The marathon. And then afterwards, I slept for a consecutive 24 hours. I slept for a day.
You're just... so weird.
We've talked about some fun ideas for doing it, but if we can come up with a good idea, I think we should do it. I'm not sitting in a room for 46 hours with you. But
that's my minimum.
But I will sit in a room for 24 hours with you.
We can do 24 hours. Yeah, it'd be fun. Yeah.
If we could come up with a cool idea for doing it, because Twilight Princess is out almost around that time, so it'd be good if we could do that.
Or you'll finish it way in that time there.
Yeah, do something else.
Right, brilliant. But is that
see how long it can take us to do Twilight Princess, and then we'll do votes on other games or something.
That'd be good. Twilight Princess is one of the longer ones.
Just do like 24-hour marathon of the hardest games ever made.
No, it's not fun.
Or something like Minesweeper. No. A Minesweeper marathon.
No, it's got to be interesting for people to watch because people want to watch it to give you money.
You haven't seen me play it too. You haven't seen my Minesweeper Let's Plays. They're insane.
But yeah, anyone can do it. So it's really good. There's got to be some duck hunters out there who want to do this. So if you go to specialeffect.org.uk/Game Blast, you can do it. And if you are doing one, let us know. We'll give you guys a little bit of a shout out.
Yeah.
So that's the funky stuff. Now on to the junky. Not too much stuff actually, but I put in junkie even though it really made me laugh. Did you see this?
No.
So Jon Snow, not from Game of Thrones,
okay.
UK news.
That's what I thought as well.
No. The UK newsreader. So obviously, like last week, we lost David Bowie and Alan Rickman. Didn't lose him like in Tesco. Like they died. Both died. And as the news for Alan Rickman's death broke, Jon Snow was talking to. What's the name of Victor Meldrew? What's his real name? Richard Wilson. Yeah. Was talking to him. Do you know who Victor Meldrew is from One Foot in the Grave?
No.
So he was talking to like this UK actor basically, and One Foot in the Grave
about Alan Rickman.
And he was just talking to him, and the news broke. He was interviewing about something else, I think.
Is this on air?
What earth could he be talking to him about?
I don't know. And so in the middle of this, the news kind of broke. So Richard Wilson's really good friends with Alan Rickman.
Oh God.
Which is kind of sad. And so Richard Wilson's catchphrase on One Foot in the Grave is, I don't believe it. Jon Snow asked Richard Wilson, so he was like, oh, did you know that he was ill? And because a lot of people didn't know he was ill. Even like Brian Eno didn't know he was ill. He was like talking to him the other day, and he's like, I didn't even know he had cancer. Yeah. About Alan Rickman. I keep confusing David Bowie and Alan Rickman. And he said to them, "Oh, did you know he was ill?" And Richard Wilson went, "Yeah, I knew he was ill." And Jon Snow went, "Oh, so it wasn't a case of I don't believe it then."
Oh my God.
And Richard Wilson, like, kind of really, he handles it really well, because that's a really shitty thing to say.
Thing to say.
And Jon Snow is like quite, if people don't know who he is, like, he's quite an upstanding sort of member of like journalistic integrity, like really good presenter. And Richard Wilson's like, no, not really, and like sort of shrugs it off. But people went mad about it, going like, I can't believe that he said that. Like, I absolutely can't believe that he said that.
Jeez, that's my nightmare.
I thought you were going to say that, like, he told him live on air. It was breaking midway through an interview, and then Victor Meldrew said, "I don't believe it."
Can you imagine?
I thought you were going to say that, which is like some kind of comedy of errors.
But yeah, and the last bit of junky news. The best burger in the world, like, we're a big fan of burgers.
Yeah.
The best burger in the world crown has been given to a burger with a vegan recipe.
Bull crap.
Really?
Bull crap. It makes me so angry.
A burger in New York City called the Superiority Burger, which is quite good considering it's a vegan burger. They are quite superior people. Has just won. It's a chunky, nutty burger.
Oh my God, that sounds horrible.
Filled
with grass.
Sandwiched in a bun with iceberg lettuce and tomato on top, plus dill pickle and sauce. And it's been named the best burger in the world.
By who?
That looks like a tasty burger. That's not a picture of it.
No, it doesn't.
It is.
Well, is that not bacon on top?
No, I don't know. That's tomato, is it? I don't know. But yeah, it's like for $6 or £4, you can get the Superiority Burger.
I would eat that, and I would feel superior with every single bite.
Yeah, I'm going to New York in April, so I'm definitely gonna try it to see what it's like.
I'd buy it and bin it.
But you don't like. That's the thing. Like, you don't like any kind of vegetables.
No.
This is why I brought this up.
I had a salad today for lunch.
No, you didn't. But it was like a Tesco salad, which is like so full of salt and sugar and stuff like that.
I had to buy extra chicken to put it in the salad because it didn't come with enough.
But yeah, so that's what classes for a burger nowadays.
Unbelievable. That's not a burger.
Well, it is.
It's rabbit food.
It's not only a burger; it's the best burger in the world.
Who is saying this?
Just deal with it.
What fast food wizard is claiming that this is the best burger of all time?
Man.
Right, let's move on to feedback before Roy's head explodes. Gav, you got the first piece.
It's from Rob William, who says, "Hi guys, with Game of Thrones now going past what is written in the book series, do you think its popularity will wane? If it does, which epic series do you think HBO should make next? My vote will go to Black Library's Horus Hersey series, the Dragonland Saga, or the Legend of Drizzt series. He'll be awesome work in 2016.
So we've spoken a lot about Game of Thrones, and for me, like, the last season was when the ship sailed.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm going to watch the next one. I might.
Serious?
Yeah.
We were in the same boat.
The last season wasn't great.
I liked it.
It had it was a lot of setup for 2 or 3 payoff moments, but the amount of time you had to put in for those to pay off. And a lot of them didn't really have any conclusions. I won't go, like, we've talked about it enough in the past, but they're very hollow.
And also, depending on what happens with certain characters this next season, if they haven't kind of stood by it, and you think, oh, so that didn't really happen, or whatever it
Right,
might be.
okay,
I'd be a bit like, because like that's what Game of Thrones is known for, is for having balls. In fact, my biggest issue with it now is that's all it's known for now, is the kind of shock moments, and that's kind of taken over. And anyway, so the Dragonlance books, I haven't read those since I was a kid.
I don't know what they are.
I can't even remember the name of it. It was my GCSE project was around Dragonlance. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. I don't know. I have no idea what.
It's
any
a
of these
lot
are.
more in the kind of Tolkien sphere, rather than like Game of Thrones, but still good books, and I think that's a good shout. And there's a shit ton of source material, and most of the books are finished already, so we wouldn't be kind of tackling it and waiting for the author to catch up.
Do you think that's a big thing though? Like, I guess if you're some people are fans of the books and not fans of the TV show, I guess, but you'd be kind of gutted if you put all this time into the books and then it's going to get
but at this point they're so different. Like the narratives have changed so much. Like characters that are live in the books are dead in the show, and vice versa. I think they're kind of continuing now, but in a different direction of the books. I don't think it's going to affect viewership really at all. I think the people I don't think there's anyone who's read the books and refuses to watch the show. I don't think that's like a principle that really anyone holds. Yeah. If you watch the Game of Thrones TV show up to season 5, most likely, whether it overtakes the books or not, you're probably going to watch to season 6.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've got an email from Lavon Young who says, after listening to podcasts for a couple of years, it dawned on me that you guys absolutely do not discuss reality TV. Yeah. David Bowie's ex-wife is in the Big Brother house right now, and her real reaction is what the show offers compared to scripted shows, which you all seem to adore.
Yeah.
Tell me one of you guys watches this show, if only for science purposes.
We don't watch it, but we saw there was an amazing. Have you seen the clip? Because your wife watches it, right?
My wife watches it,
right.
so I'm quite up to speed on this season.
If people at home have not seen, what's David Bowie's ex-wife called?
Angie.
If people haven't seen her reaction to David Bowie's death, like I haven't seen her actual reaction, but I saw her talking to a girl called Tiffany about it.
They're all fucking idiots.
They're horrible people.
I know they're idiots, but like just so the story is basically David Guest was in a guy called David Guest was in the show.
He's still in it,
and she goes up to Angie goes to Tiffany. David's dead. Obviously talking about David Bowie. Yeah. This Tiffany girl thinks that it's David Bowie and starts freaking out.
Starts wailing and everything.
No, you can't tell anyone. And then it just kicks off. And
oh my God.
It's just like a really awful misunderstanding, but made even worse by the fact that these people are just terrible people. Yeah. And idiots as well.
That girl Tiffany is just a child. Like
no, but like if someone came in today, if like Alex came to me and was like, Rory's dead. And be like, what? And I start crying.
Surprised,
like, no, I was talking about Rory Bremner.
Yeah.
Like,
but then like afterwards, you would understand. Oh, it was a misunderstanding. Someone close to this person has died.
Yeah,
it's fine.
I know that.
You wouldn't be angry at Alex and being like, I can't believe
ridiculous.
this.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
And every minute that my wife watches it, I'm just like, stop this. We shouldn't watch this.
Yeah.
Absolute shite. Because, well, if that's the pinnacle of reality TV, then
I don't think it is. That's the thing. He says like we never mention reality TV shows. I actually do watch quite a lot of reality TV shows. Like I watch Catfish.
Catfish is good. Undateables. That's a great show.
Undateables is really good. I really like Deadliest Catch. That's been one of my favorite shows for about 10 years.
Right.
I love Deadliest Catch.
You think they would have caught it by now?
That's really good. Wahlburgers, which is amazing. It's about the Wahlberg family running their restaurant chain. It's just amazing.
You watch utter.
I know.
Pound Shop Wars.
Pound Shop Wars.
That was great. Around the amount of TV that you watch. I just don't know.
I don't know. I really. I rewatch stuff as well. I don't even know where I find the time for it. I'm rewatching The Wire. I'm already on season 3. Oh, like I have no idea. But yeah, we watch a lot of like. I watch a lot of reality, but like Kruber watches a lot more than I do.
Yeah.
Because Bex watches quite a lot.
Yeah. But I do feel like certainly the Big Brother kind of.
Oh yeah.
It's gone.
That
sailed. And they're just awful human beings.
Yeah.
I think there was only one year I ever got into it, and then I just.
But isn't that the Big Brother stuff? Isn't that they make money from the people texting in and stuff like that? Isn't that a thing?
So maybe.
I think like, they make money from advertising and like sponsorship and stuff. Sure. But they also make money from people texting
voting,
in and voting and shit like that.
They must.
So that must be worried. But like, I don't even know the people.
If you think of how it was on Channel 4, like it lost its way because it was basically became bland, and the contestants were too safe, and that's why they get these nut jobs in there now. Is because it's like whatever happened on Friday night. I stopped watching halfway through, but they were literally just screaming at each other.
Yeah.
And what was it? Like, I've never heard the C word used so often on terrestrial TV.
Amazing.
And this one girl called this Tiffany girl a ghetto
Ooh.
which I'm like, ooh. Not like bleeped or anything. It's like, wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the C word it's a big one.
It is a big one. And like we used to throw it around on this podcast.
Did we?
Did you?
Yeah.
That's naughty.
Should someone say it now?
No.
Someone say it. I won't tell Chris.
Cabbage.
Yeah.
Cabbage. Yeah.
All right, Rory, what have you got? A bit of feedback.
This is from Michael Hughes. So Michael says, "Hi. Can Krups do a weekly segment on his love for Terry's chocolate orange?"
Yeah.
Does he mean segment as in like the actual
Nice.
orange
Oh, that's good. That's good. What is this in reference to?
We talked about it on Rebel Base,
his love of.
but he does like Cherry's chocolate orange quite a
It's a
lot.
bit of a weird chocolate to like. It's just orange.
Shut
chocolate.
up.
What?
Chocolate orange is delicious.
It's not the best chocolate though.
Have
It's
you
just, it's
ever
a
had
seasonal
the
thing.
No. Have you ever had the it, for Christmas? In fairness,
Yeah.
Have you ever had the tubs of Terry's chocolate orange?
Yeah.
So instead of having like the full things, and they've got the different varieties
Yeah,
of
yeah.
it, I think that's the best chocolate. I think that's better than Quality Street and Roses. I
Yeah,
think
but
that's
Well, those are
amazing.
both
you
bad
cannot
chocolate.
beat the basic chocolate
No, it's
orange.
good. It's really
Yes,
good.
you can.
I like it.
Yes,
No,
you
you
can.
can't.
Lindor.
No, you can't.
Lindor. is
Oh, shut
amazing.
up.
That's
Well, what is
different.
wrong with you? That's the best chocolate.
That's a different level.
Melts in your mouth.
Anyway, come on. What's the question?
I'm a huge fan of the UK team, and I hope you guys will come to Ireland to do a podcast in the future.
That was the question, really.
Oh, was it?
Can we
That
just-
was,
chocolate
yeah.
orange one?
Then
if
he
you were
just-
going to do a segment on a chocolate bar, which chocolate bar would it be?
Oh, I don't know. You put me on the spot. Do yours, and I'll think.
Well, I do like a chocolate orange. I'm a massive
It's not a
fan
bar.
of double deckers.
Oh yeah, double deckers are good.
God, I'm a bit addicted to them since I've stopped
Yeah.
drinking. It's all about.
I
double-deckers.
think like all the Reese's stuff for me is like
Really?
Yeah, I love
Tastes
it.
Pretty good.
Shit.
Peanut butter.
No, I love it. I love it. I like Hershey's Kisses as well.
Oh man, they are disgusting.
You ever had a Hershey's the cookies and cream bars? They're
No, I
really
don't think
good.
so.
Bits of Oreo in them.
I like that stuff.
What about
Toblerones.
what about Kinder Buenos?
Have you seen? Do you see that? Like,
What's the matter with like ordinary English chocolate?
he's mad.
What do you mean? What was the first?
Have you tasted cat shit chocolate? Yeah, it's brilliant. Do you see that picture doing the rounds over Christmas where someone had taken a Toblerone and put bits of Terry chocolate orange in it?
Perfect.
Amazing,
Imagine
yeah.
that.
I don't.
like to
It's
see
just
that.
I don't like orange chocolate.
Yeah, to be
Well, you're not
fair,
gonna
Terry's
like it,
chocolate orange is.
I don't eat
or
fruit with my
Toblerone's
chocolate.
up there, I think, as well.
Yeah.
Toblerone's really
Oh
good.
man, I could eat a Toblerone.
Oh, anyway, come on. Okay, this is mine. Here we go. Forward. This is from Daniel Taylor.
Hi, Daniel.
Who says, last week while discussing the Inside Lego show, which aired over Christmas, you mentioned that working for Lego might not be the dream job you'd expect it to be. Strip away some of the fun. Although Mr. Cooper did comment in that this bloody job has. I was just wondering if it actually had. No, he's joking, I think. Did you feel the same way about films, games, cinemas, now you work in the industry, as you did when you just enjoyed them as a consumer? Does the job make you more excited for things because it opens doors? Like interviewing J.J. Abrams, John Boyega for Gav, or does it become too much after a while and strip away some of the fun? Much love of the podcast. I don't think it strips away any of the fun. I think like now and again, like covering something for so long, like I haven't had it that much with this, but like I remember, like I think I'd gone for Far Cry 3.
Yeah.
I went to like 3 preview events.
Right.
And it seemed like I was covering that game every week. So by
Yeah.
the time it came out, I was like, I can't be arsed
Yeah.
with this thing.
And that's like we've spoken about
Like-
before. Some of the IGN first stuff
Yeah.
is that
Oh, yeah, yeah.
you do an entire month's worth of content.
Yeah,
It's like
it can be hard.
I can't.
But no, it's just still, yeah, we're ridiculously lucky. We've got one of the best jobs
it
in
makes
the
you a
world.
lot choosier about the kind of stuff. Like I really only play stuff that I want to play more than anything else.
Yeah.
And I guess similar to you and TV shows, if it doesn't grab me right at the beginning, not interested.
Yeah, I think
like
that's
Just Cause, like I would have stuck with Just Cause, like if I was a punter.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, there's other games that I can play. So
I can't remember the last time I paid for a video game, and as someone who, I think that's a massive thing.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like, other than PlayStation Plus.
I'm kind of the opposite. I'm playing like way more games. Because like I have the option to be pickier, but now that like we get a
'cause
lot of the
you
games
like
at the office,
everything.
I
also
just
you've
love
got-
video games.
You've
That-
got
like that helps.
a ton of spare time.
That's true. Yeah, like I barely talk to my 3 kids, so like it's great. I can just play games all day. But no, I mean like it's great. Like getting games sent to the office and just being able to have them on your desk and have free roam with whatever you want. Because a lot of them would be games that maybe I'd want to play, but I don't necessarily have the money to play them or to buy the DLC. And for that to be something that you don't have to worry about, it's great. You get to play like loads and loads of games. Like games like Battlefront, I probably wouldn't have bought it and played it. But it's like one of my favorite games at the minute. I love it.
Yeah, but I think like talking about like, movies and going to see movies and stuff like that. Like I don't know, you get paid to come into a room and talk about Star Wars for an hour.
I know.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Last piece of feedback is from another email from Levon Young. That was a name suggestion for the podcast.
Oh, thank you.
It says, obviously, we are the only IGN show not restricted to a single gaming platform.
Yeah.
Or just comics or movies or whatever. We do everything, so never quite sure what they're going to get. So, IGN Spectrum.
Sounds a bit intense. I feel like we're a Bond
makes me
movie.
think of retro games.
Yeah.
About a format that's been long since defunct.
Yeah.
What about all platforms?
Nope.
Because it's like platform
IGN
gaming.
Everything.
Okay.
IGN all.
IGN all. Sounds kind of cool. IGN all.
Ignore.
I like Killing Time, which is why
I don't.
Why?
Sounds murderous.
Aggressive.
Sounds just very aggressive.
Time killers.
That's all. You're just changing the words around.
Time wasters. Wasting.
No, you're wasting. These are very negative connotations.
Okay. We definitely can't call it anything to do with Duck Hunt.
Yeah, we're not allowed.
That really sucks.
In fact, I shouldn't even say it.
So never say the word.
That's a liability.
Would just shoot me in the face. So.
That's annoying.
Duck killers.
No, we can't even call it like duck hunting or anything like that.
No.
Duck murderers.
No.
Sparrow Slayer.
There you go. Done. But if you do have any ideas for something that we can call the IGN UK podcast, please let us know. IGN_UK feedback at IGN.com. And that's it.
Until next week. Adios.
See you later.